All right, so we are back. So, right off the bat, Sunday we created a new all-time high all the way up here. I don't think we've been that high before. We haven't. Up at the 5/100s, and now we're at the 560s. But yeah, we were trading all the way down here, and now we've jumped again. Sunday, we just created this huge gap. We did that last Sunday as well. Just ginormous gap, and then we just took off. So yeah, I have some work to get started, but um, while we're waiting to get our lovely, lovely Top Step account, because we're poor, shh, don't tell anybody. But yeah, while we're waiting to get that Top Step account going, I will be working on this because yeah, 32. Yep. So I'll be working on this, which effectively this strategy is this, right? So are we, yeah, we are in pre-market, so that's good. That was our first candle. Okay. So yeah, basically what we'll be working on is when the market becomes overbought or oversold, taking the first uh green, yeah, taking the first green brick or red break if it's the reverse, away from that overbought oversold condition, which that should have been this right here. This should have been your entry at 7:33 and 11 seconds. That should have been the entry. However, unfortunately, what was I doing? Oh, I was outside and I got a late start this morning, so also I don't have the account, so let me get that set up as well while we're here, because again, 90 some dollars. I need to work on this and make sure I have all of the bugs and the kinks worked out, because effectively, um what happened, oh yeah, basically, um Top Step 97 dollars, and I'm not gonna spend $97 to work on my system. So in order to work on the system, we're gonna get a cheap account, not because we like Apex, because we don't, but because it allows me to work on my entry and exit skills, work on my stops, and work on any bugs before moving to a more serious account. We're still gonna trade this one seriously, but it's not. I thought I heard a fly, but it was pup walking. Okay. Ah, what you got there, buddy? Hi. Where's my phone? I need to do the authentication code. BRB. Hey, bud. What you doing? Yeah, the buyers have just been exploding on the weekly. So, okay. So, where's my authenticator app? Here we go. 467 693. All right, there we go. Why do they make this so complicated? I really do not like how any of their things work. Yeah, I don't like their system, their platform. Okay, so, geez, how many accounts have I bought on here? First one I bought was in September of 2024. I vaguely remember that. Um, I got an account in September. I passed in one day, it looks like. Then I got an account September 10th, which looks like I passed in one day. Then I got one December 31st, but it looks like I didn't pass that one. Then I got one January 31st. It looks like I didn't pass that as well. Then I got one March 3rd. It looks like I passed it and paid the thing on March 23rd. Took me 20 days, dang. Um, and then I got one December 11th. And past December. That was recently. Okay. So I've had how many live accounts? I mean, funded accounts. So I had one, two, three, four. Only had four. Pretty hefty amount. Okay. Pretty hefty. What's their coupon code? They always have some sort of a stupid coupon code. I got it in the. I They sent an email, but I forgot. Also, there's no trade, so it doesn't matter. I can figure this out for a second. What's the code? Let's see. Yeah, on their website it says minimum trading days as little as 7 days, which is very interesting because I went somewhere else and it said 8 days because I had 7 days previously, um, but it still didn't count for some reason. I don't know why. Don't know why, but or maybe it was seven and maybe I didn't qualify because my highest amount in a day was 1,500 and my account was only at like three, four, so it had to be at five. Maybe that's why I said I didn't qualify. Sorry, I'm just trying to find this because their whole website is stupid. Like, actually stupid. Like, you can't scroll. Here it is. But I was looking for that coupon code. I forgot what I was doing. Goodness. Um, Let me go find the email. That's what I'll do because I can't find it here. Unless I deleted it. I like deleting my emails. It's an email I would have deleted. Yes, let's go to my trash. Hey, buddy. some reason it doesn't let me scroll back very far. And it won't let me search trash for some reason. Alright, well that's weird. Okay, let me go find it because I know it's somewhere. It's probably bum 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 bum. Yeah, well, unless I can find the coupon, I'm pretty much screwed. Okay. One second. Yeah, if I can't find that coupon code, because I remember I came on here last time and they had it front center. Um, this isn't the right code. Hmm. Is that correct? I don't know. They really gotta fix this website. It's a mess. And actually, yeah, all these coupon codes are not working. Yeah, well, I guess as long as I can't find it, can't use it. That's a fact. Is this it? Let me see. Okay, I found the email. Oh, it says ends Thursday, January 15th. All right, well, just going over this email. So this deal ended. Ba, 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 ba. um, on the 15th, this 80% off deal ended. So when I go into it, it gives like 50 percent off, but that's like the most, right? So a single account is like, and that's with activation fees, 90, what was it, $98? That's, so which is more than the Top Step singles. So obviously not going to be getting Apex because that's ridiculous. You know, if it was like $19-20, then yes, I would. But because it is not, I will not. I guess I'll end up be paper trading. I could still draw my levels like I do. I can still um simulate it, although it's not going to be the same. But you know, we kind of have to because I don't have, well, yeah, because I don't have that discount. Well, shoot. Anyways, they're always having discounts, so they don't have one now. They'll have one in a couple of weeks, maybe the beginning of next month. They'll start a new one. And if I don't have Top Step by then, I'll just get one there. It's fine. I mean, this seems to have worked beautifully overnight. You come down, you wait till it's over, wait till the first candle is oversold, and then you wait till the minute closes, which would be 5:19. So now it's 5:22. There's your first one right there. Enter. Blah blah blah. Yeah, seems so easy. A little too easy. Anyways, so I will just be here. Well, I won't be here. I will be working, not here. I have my alert set. My sound is now on. So if I get a little ding, I will be back this way to check it out. Otherwise, yeah. Um, and then at 8:20 or something, we'll come and we'll draw our levels. We'll still be taking screenshots of our levels because I have like what 3 weeks of screenshots now. How many do I have? Let me go back and check the news. 17. Yeah, we're at 17 now, which is nothing, but I need more data because that's not enough. So we're gonna keep taking our screenshots, and we're gonna keep doing this thing, keep doing the same stuff, but oops, oopsie. Yeah, so we're gonna keep taking screenshots of our 8:30 or after 8:30 sessions. We'll have our SI, and I guess we'll be. I don't want a paper trade. I really don't. But I'm not about to spend $98 on an Apex account or $97 on a top. Hi, buddy. On a Top Step account, just for the purposes of learning. So, um, but here's the thing: the strategy works in theory, right? Because mm, once the market becomes oversold initially or overbought initially, there tends to be a pullback, even if it's brief. And that's why we try to catch the brief pullback, which is why the stops are very tight, and the risk is very tight, which is a good thing. I don't know how repeatable it is and how realistically repeatable it is in a live simulated market, which is why I wanted to test it with an actual account not a paper trading account because you don't get the same feel of, okay, this is because the part of the psychology is that, oh, this could be real, this could be life changing, and that's the part that I need to work on, is the emotional side. I still need to work on some technical sides because forgetting stop losses, come on, Lizzie. Anyways, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. Um, but yeah, I'll be back in like probably like 20 minutes. I forgot. I have a meeting today at 10. I'm trying to put together something for a meeting. Because I need to meet with my team lead, so I need to deal with that. But I just got a little ding notification, so we are about to open. It's almost, yeah, it's almost, there's your cell. Okay, yeah, so it's almost, do, 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 do. What time is it? Wow. Okay. What happened? I don't even know. I'm trying to mark these levels out real quick. So this was open. This is our low right there. And then we're gonna go across right here. And then I think that's right. Hold on. Effectively, this is how it should work. You don't want to be open during a, especially because we came down and tapped this, and you also don't want to be in a trade right before our market open. But anyways, that was good. That's what I want to happen. I got a ding right here. I came in on the first red one. Boom. Simple as that. Where is the high? Okay, the high would literally be right here. This is open. Yep, so our high is here. So let's just mark that out. And maybe we won't have to sit here all morning. Okay. Okay. So there you have it. Yikes. Okay. Well, it's our paper trading account. They changed some of these names. Okay. All right. So I want to look for a break. I don't probably need to set an alert because we're right there. But who knows? I have another email to write, so I'm going to actually set an alert because it might not. It might break, it might not. So we'll just add an alert and then we'll add another alert right here. Okay. So that did what I wanted it to do, which is this. So we got a tap here just above, and then waited for a sell for a sell signal because this happened at 27. So right here, this was your first one, and then boom, sold. Now we're doing this whole mess. So I want to see I want to see us break the high, hold above, and oh, that's okay. It's not going to set an alert if it doesn't close. The candle has to close above, and it still has 30 seconds to do that. Once it does, then we'll be looking for our other setup, and then our our prime setup that we're working on. That's gonna take time, but yeah, I got 10, 14 seconds. Yeah, see, it did not close above. So yeah, we're looking for a break and a close above before that alert will go off. So looks like we're coming back up. What's that? It said it crossed, but it definitely did not. What? I mean, wait, maybe I didn't say cross at candle close. Hold on. What did I say? Edit. Crossing. Trigger once. Okay, maybe I did. I don't know. Crossing this value. Not every time. You know what? Fine. I'm already here. I'm just gonna watch it. I'm not gonna reset it. Okay. Here we go. It's gotta hold. It has 30-ish seconds to hold. All right, so my plan today, since I forgot I have a meeting, yeah, so my plan today, since it's 8:30 and we might get a setup soon, if we can close above without shooting all the way down. Okay, come on. No, 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 no. 5 seconds. You stay right. I just don't want to be sitting here until like 10 o'clock. Okay, there. So there's your close. I want to see a pullback and a continuation. All right, there's your pullback. It cannot close under, otherwise we have to start again. So look at the buy. We just need to get back above. If we don't, it's not a buy. And we have 20 seconds. So we're right on the line. Okay. Now come on. You was almost there. You were almost there. 10 seconds. 10, 5, 5, 4. Okay. And nope. Didn't get it. Did not get it. All right. Which means effectively you gotta start over. Yes. So now because this completely just turned over, right? Gotta get a new push above. We have to have another pullback and then a continuation. And again, what are we trading at? All-time highs. Well, our all-time high is up here, but I feel like selling is going to be more aggressive than buying. So yeah, even though we got this, can't take it. No, because now we have, this has to close now, and it has 15 seconds. But yeah, Mondays are usually my get as much stuff as I can done today kind of a days. So yeah. We got 2 seconds, 1 second. Wow, it came all the way back. That doesn't count. It closed above, but just barely. Like just barely. So this one we have to wait another minute for this candle to close. Cause yeah, you can see it. It closed right there, about 2 ticks away, more maybe like 1 or 2 ticks away. So that's no. If it's up to interpretation, then it's not a good push above. This one is. It has 15 seconds to close. Once it closes, then we can look for a pullback. But yeah, if it's closing just barely above the line, this one closed at 80.6, and our high is 79. So it's about no wait, our high is 80, so it's like 80.1. So it's like 5 ticks away. Now we're looking for a pullback because that is a very clean break above. Although, what I do know is if it's gonna run, we're not gonna get a 20 tick pullback because that's what that is effectively. It has to come back 10 and then it has to come back an additional 10 just to form a break. 20 tick pullback. So we don't always get that. And in such a case, you can't trade it. What happened on the break? So we were here 5,000, 4, 5, we're up to 6. That candle didn't go anywhere. All right. What? Oh. Huh? Since when? Okay, but like, why is it set to that? So this is your. Apparently that closed above. I didn't even see that. This one did. And this one did. Still have to wait for a red. Boop, 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 boom, boom. Nothing's forming. See, what do you do if we become overbought? And then that strategy would say to sell, but then we'd be looking for a pullback. Maybe you trade both. You trade the overbought condition to sell back down, and then you reverse it the second you see green. And I don't know. You could try that and see what happens. Yeah, because RSI strategy says sell. This would say wait and then buy. So I don't know. It does, I don't know. And we kind of had a big push and then we just kind of sat and did absolutely nothing. Why? Also, was there news today? I didn't even check. Oh crap, I blanked. Okay, so your sell down should have been here. But if it pulls back, then you'd buy, but we're also at an overbought. So that would be confusing. What do you do? What do you do when it says buy, but it's overbought? But there's your sell down. I blinked and missed it because I was like, this is where you'd sell. But I wasn't there. Like it, I was over here checking the news. Okay, and there is no news today, so that's lovely. Okay. This can't close inside, otherwise it resets the process again. One, and it closed inside. And then the process has to be restarted. So you have to wait for it to break, hold again. But yeah, there's your sell, literally right there. And it kind of moved fast. I didn't really see what happened, but sold down 10, 20, 30, 40, I can't count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 70, just like that. Yeah, I feel like the RSI one might have more merit to it, more pressure and more factors behind it. Because a break of a level is all well and said, but you don't know how the market's going to react to a level. But when it comes to overbought or oversold, it's like, okay, there has some balancing has rebalancing has to happen, which usually happens in the form of selling. Even if it's not a lot, it'll sell off just a little bit, just enough. And then sometimes it'll keep going and it won't care. But with the tight stops, it doesn't matter because let's say you think it's gonna and it doesn't. Well, then it just doesn't, and then that's that. But I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Well, well, I'm gonna come back and check this. I need to go write a message, and then yeah, I got a meeting in an hour and like 15 minutes, and then yeah, I'm just gonna be working all day. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was watching a show while I worked earlier. I watched the entire series of Arcane League of Legends. Basically, I watched the first season and then it took them years to come out with the second season, which I didn't watch because I was like, I don't even remember what happened in the first season. And then I was listening to a song and then the song was like, oh, this is, I was like, oh, this is a good song. What is this? And I looked at it and it said it was from Arcane season two. And I'm like, crap, now I gotta go watch this. Now I gotta go watch season two. And I'm like, well, I can't watch season two. I don't remember what happened season one. Like vaguely remember. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go rewatch season one. So last week while I was working, I just kind of had that playing in the background. And then I've been like obsessing over the songs. Like I've been playing a bunch of the songs on just repeat and rewatching certain scenes. Some of them are depressing and sad, like I start crying, but they're just so beautiful. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I've just been watching this show. It was like I'll just rewatch a scene because it was a good scene. Um, anyways, basically all of that to say, I don't know what I'm gonna start watching now because it's nice to have, something in the background going on. Because otherwise I get distracted by my own problems. So, yeah, I like to try to solve my life's problems while I'm working and then I can't work or do either. So, I have a show playing to kind of, you know, not to take all of my attention, but to just divert it a little bit so that if I my mind does start wandering, it's on something that's tangible right in front of me instead of, my mind wandering on things like, you know, uh, purpose and identity and, um, you know, next steps in life. Those kind of things I could ramble and think about for hours. And so I would rather not go down that rabbit hole. So I choose a different rabbit hole, like a bad Tubi movie, for example. Yeah, so over the weekend, a couple things happened. So, um, one, it's freezing here. It's like 14 degrees. There's your pullback, okay? Yeah, so it's like 14 degrees. The feels like temperature is 14. It's freezing. It's absolutely ridiculous. Um, and yeah, what happened? Oh yeah. So winter storm warning, all of that. Everybody's freaking out about all the winter storm is coming. And then yeah, so everybody's freaking out. And then so I go to the store, they didn't have any water. Like they did. Okay, so I went to the store and I thought to myself, I'm just gonna buy a little water jug, not the case of like 24, but just a little water jug. It's not a big deal. It shouldn't be that hard. Just gonna buy a water jug. Well, guess what happened? Guess what? Oh crap, there was the entry. What were you talking? Uh, okay. Did I get in late? I got in way late. That should not have been it. I clicked the button and then I was like, crap, that was bad. The entry was here and I completely missed it. It's fine. Anyways, um, my entry was bad the trade, we'll see where it goes because let's put a stop loss. So the entry should have been here, so we'll put the stop loss here. And then we'll place the take profit is what I usually do. So the take profit would be 10 and then 20. Okay, I think it should be here. No, wait. Here? I don't really know. Never mind. We'll just place it there. The stops are really bad because technically if I gotta stop that like got an entry, I only clicked at, well, this is why I have to do this in real time, because had I actually been in a live account, I never would have hit that button. That entry was too bad. Like it was just too bad to do. This should have never been an entry. The entry should have been here, but we can still see whether or not it plays out by this, right? And I didn't even enter in here. I entered way up here, which is, I don't even know how it was that bad. So, but it should have been here. And then this would be 10, 20, and then 30. So I have it set to 30. What would have been 30 is really only 14. Is really only 14 ticks, but it should have been 30, but the entry was just bad. So that's something that I have to work on, because if you're getting good trades but terrible entries, that can mean the difference between, you know, whether a trade goes your way or not. Um so yeah, that is, dang, when I look over at my live stream, I'm like behind by several minutes. Okay. Yep. See, like I would have already been out, but it all depends on where you entered. Exactly. Ba, ba, ba. And that's your stop. Okay, so this one was bad, and I gotta mark that it's bad. Exactly. Um, okay. All right, so let's do our draw our circles, our lines, etc. Although if you get a second one, like if you get a second one, you can enter. You could. I might, just to see, but also this was a loss, and it was, right? This was your break, clean retest, loss. Gave you one tick and then loss. Let me note the range. Okay, let me buy one more time off of this one, and that's a much better entry. This much better entry. And same thing. We go for 30. How many ticks is that? I can't tell. 1 second. I can't. Okay. 10, 20, 30. Okay, that should be 30. And then, yeah. And then 10. Oh, see? That one went. The second one went. The first one didn't. And that's what I've been seeing a lot. That's what I saw a lot the other time. How the first one wouldn't go and then the second one would. But I'm gonna mark that too. Okay, let me do these for notes purposes. And then we'll draw a circle right here. I said circle. Okay, see how that's still going? Quite lovely, isn't it? Okay, so let me just write out what happened. So, okay. So, we're gonna go here. We're gonna draw some arrows so we know exactly where we were entering. Not that arrow. What? This arrow. And then this one. And I'm gonna put just like loss right there. Cause this, yeah, this was a loss. This was a loss. Um, it broke every test and then it chopped, came back down, went on the second one. And it's information, right? Maybe we can only take the second of each of all of these. Wait for a second one. I don't know. It's information. It's not the end of the world. And what is our pre-market range since we are here? Yeesh. Let me go find that real quick. I'm gonna guess 300. No. I guessed too much last time. 275. Whoa, I was close. 284. Okay. Our pre-market range is 284. Just have to write that down. And let's go. I'll write it here. PM range is 284. No news. Sunday night made new ATH. Yeah, Sunday did make a new all-time high. Ta-da! Yes. Okay. What's beautiful about this is I can be done for the morning. I don't have to sit here and wait and wait and wait. And that's the other thing. Maybe I need if there's no trade within the first 30 minutes of the market opening, it's a no trade. I don't know, but maybe that has to also be a rule. Is if we're waiting here for an hour, could be a stronger setup or not. I don't know. Just information. So, all right, we're gonna hit screenshot this. Did it work? Download image. Okay, and let's just save it and we will sign out for for the day. Like I said, couldn't buy, unfortunately, could not buy, or maybe fortunately, I don't know, could not buy an Apex account because their discount isn't going. And like I said, I'm not spending, you know, 90 whatever dollars on almost $100 on an account. Like I may as well just buy a Top Step account if that's the case. But I'm just gonna wait till the end of the month because I got rent to pay, things to do, and I can work on this a little bit more. I just wanted this simulation of it feeling real so that I could work on psychology because yeah. Let's see, where are we? Copy. Paste it. Well, it's always telling me there's not enough cloud storage. I know. I know. Okay. Such a tragedy. Monday. That's not how you spell Monday. There you go. And we'll just double check the picture looks good. But yeah, there was a good sell off of RSI. There were two, and then there was, although I missed one of them, and then there was a buy off of the break and retest, a buy which didn't go so well, and then the next buy did, and it's still buying, which is, this is the kind of trade you want to get in and just hold it, right? Because our entry was good. And this is the kind of trade, like, again, it's up 100 ticks. It's the kind of trade you want to get in and then be like, this is what I'm holding, right? 100 ticks, 5 contracts, it's 5,000. No, yeah, it's $5,000 right there. Right there, up for the grabs. But of course, I don't even know. So, what was I looking at? I was trying to pull open my, oops, not Wednesday, Monday. Okay, here's Monday. And I like to just put this here so you can see it, and what we screenshotted. So, yeah, it's clear. This is weird up here, but yeah, that's what we're looking at. So, anyways, that's all I have, and I will be, well, let's move this out of the way. What? Yep. And I will be back tomorrow as I always am because this is what we do. This is what we're doing now. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, one day I will be able to quit my job. It's coming along. I feel like since I've gotten rid of my um just my negative psychology surrounding trading, basically, assuming that, you know, basically when I assume my negative psychology, meaning that when I trade, I tend to think that um I don't know. I just start to think that, it becomes my identity, and I start to say things like, oh, if I lose, it says something about me. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And it's very nice to be able to lose and not have it say something negative about, oops, I turned off the mic. I did not mean to do that. I meant to turn off sound. I don't want it alerting me. It's nice to be able to trade and not have it say something negative about me, like, oh, Lizzie, you're a bad person, or you suck just because you lost that trade, or you lost that account. Your life is meaningless and you're going nowhere, and you're gonna be poor forever and counting your pennies. Which reminds me, I was talking about what happened over the weekend. So I went to the store. There was a whole thing with people didn't have water. Well, that's what I was talking about before. Yeah, basically the store ran out of water, and I walked in thinking I'm just gonna buy a little jug. I'm not gonna buy a whole case, so I didn't bring a cart. Well, there were no more jugs left. All they had was expensive, like $7, 24 cases of water, and everybody was running around with carts filled with water, and I'm just like, what the hell? again, it was supposed to be a winter storm and it wasn't. It's just cold. There's no snow. Anywho, so um yeah, that's a Texas winter storm. Cold. Um, yeah, so basically I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna participate in the madness. So I left. I went to a gas station and bought water. It cost exactly the same, $7, but I felt better about myself because I'm like, I wasn't one of the crazy people running around with a cart. So yeah, and the gas station was full up on water. Nobody bought them out. They all went to Kroger. Crazy. Anyways, but then that brings me to yesterday, which I went to the store, and this is why I was saying, I don't really have money to just go buy another $100 account from Topstep because I went to the store and I was buying some muscle milk because I'm trying to, trying to get a little bit more fit and whatnot and so forth. And so I need protein, and muscle milk is just easy, it's drinkable, and I don't have to cook anything. So I'm like, okay, let's get some protein drinks and whatnot. Well, wouldn't you know it? I go there, I look, and it's $8.99. Well, then I look, and there's a deal, $6.99. Weekly deal, $6.99 for a little four case of stuff. And I was about to go buy like the Core Power protein drinks, which are like $3 a bottle. So I'm like, dang, this is a good deal. This is a really good deal. So I buy this, right? I'm like $6.99, feeling good. Go to the checkout, I check out, I pay. I'm like, wait, why is my money I saved only like $3? Because I bought other stuff that was on sale as well. Like, why did I only save like $3? That doesn't make sense. I should have saved an additional couple dollars. But I didn't see the error until I got in the car, staring at the receipt, and I'm like, they didn't apply the discount. Not only did they not apply the discount for, it was $8.99, a discount to $6.99. They charged me an additional $2 on top of the original price. So I paid $10.99. And I'm just like, what? I didn't even know how to feel. I was like, it's only $4, but at the same time, I was so happy to save a couple of bucks. All of that to say, I don't have money to just be, throwing it at trading accounts. I don't, and I had to take Zazio to the vet because, his dog attacked last earlier this month. So I had to take him to the vet. That was $126. Oh, look, I'm looking at the invoice now. $126 and where's the total? And 20 cents. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really have money to just be throwing at top step accounts right now. If I did, I would, but I don't. So, that is why I'm waiting. And I can still show up. I can still take screenshots. I can't trade it, but I can still simulate it, and I did, right? Right here, you can see it. Entered, lost. Bad entry, never would have. And if the entry was truly that bad, I never would have entered that. And that is the truth. I never would have entered it if the entry was really that bad. Um, so this would probably would have been a no trade at all, just because literally and honestly, if I saw this and I was like, okay, I'm gonna enter, but then it shot up here, I would not enter. So this is what it should have been. It should have been a loss, but in realism, I couldn't have traded this. It was impossible. Um, Not impossible. It's just terrible, terrible odds. I would have lost a lot sooner. Anyways, so um, and then yeah, then right here, good entry, went perfectly. So yeah, I can still take screenshots. I don't know how I'm gonna do the RSI thing because I'm still looking at trading that during the pre-market, but who knows? I could add evening sessions. I don't know because I do fitness in the evening. I'm wanting to add boxing. I found a boxing gym. They have a group on. I may contact them this week or next week. I don't know yet. I really want to get back into shape at my boot fitness boot camp because I had spent 2 months not working out. So like, yeah, my arms are still sore. Not as sore. I can actually bend them and move them now. But yeah, just absolutely not. Absolutely not. I need to. Goodness. What was I saying? Yeah, I need to rethink my life decisions. I'm just kidding. No, but I definitely do need to well, I do need to contact them, but I need to get back into shape before I go to a boxing gym because I'm not about to go and look stupid, you know. So so yeah, that's what I have going on. And then, yeah, trading. So that's what I was saying. I can't really trade in the evening consistently because if I'm, working out, like sometimes I don't get home till like 7:30. And then by that point, okay, it's 7:30. I get home, I take the dog out, I take a shower. I don't usually eat. I should. That's where the protein drinks come in. And then I'm so exhausted, I want to go to bed. I want to stare at the charts and look for trades. And then in the morning, I've been sleeping better because I've been working out. Like, you sleep better when you work out. Yeah, I've been sleeping a whole heck of a lot better. Um, yeah, I've been sleeping better. I've been just, I don't know, but I'm getting back into the swing of things. And I can't really commit to trading in the evening when that's when I go to fitness or do things. Like I can't consistently trade in the evening. I just can't. In the morning, do I have work? Yes, but I can still trade because work is less demanding and I can technically be at work in a meeting while also being on the charts as well because it doesn't require me to talk. Um or I mute myself in the meeting. So yeah, I can trade in the morning and I've been shying away from mornings because I'm like, oh, I have to work. But it's like, trading is work. Anyways, so, and remember my mantra, I'm not proving anything, I'm not escaping anything except for my life. Just kidding. Till the ground, plant the seeds. This is just work, follow the process, and walk away. And so this is a process. This is a process, but I don't know all the variables yet. Um, yeah, I don't have all the variables, but um, and that's where, analyzing the data is going to come in. That's where Chat GPT is going to come in to analyze the data. But as far as the RSI, I don't know how I'm gonna put that in a thing of a thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with that. I just know that. What was I saying? Yeah, yeah. I don't know how it's gonna go. Um, yeah. I feel like I'm just rambling. All right, I'm out.